Welcome back. Break is over. Let's see what the Queen has to say for us. To us. Something has subtly changed in the way the Queen of Mendev looks at you. Respect shines in her eyes, but her slightly furrowed brow indicates a hint of unease. Urgent matters of the state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare. I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations. Every death is an irretrievable loss, but considering the scale of our forces, the losses among our troops are tolerable. Morale is high among the Crusades forces that we were entrusted to you. You handled the command superbly. I've never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for the people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head to tactics is a pleasant surprise. I believe in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon the Knight Commander. The Queen offers a slight smile and gives a signal to a squire, who passes you a neatly folded cloak with lavish embroidered. But now I think this reward is insufficient, so please accept one more gift from me personally. With these words, Galfrey slides a ring from her fingers and lays it atop of the cloak. A ring? Are we betrothed now? Delicate blush rises on Galfrey's cheeks. By no means, I thought a cloak would be a major reward, but I did not have time to arrange for another gift. The Queen frowns slightly again. Now, on the main matter, the Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your powers and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before. Your power bears little resemblance to other manifestations of the Inheritor, will that I have been fortunate enough to witness. But who can fathom the god's design? And Iomade has many heavenly allies, and he helped us on several occasions throughout the Crusades. There, I've said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart? Act 3 is big as all other acts grouped together. Holy shit. How many acts has the game had in total? There's something you should know. Aurelia Vorlash appeared before me in Drezen. She did not explain why she had come. The Queen eyes widen in astonishment. The architect of the world wound here. And she allowed you to simply dispose of Staunton Vane and claim the Sword of Valor? This is a very worrying development. Aurelia is more dangerous than a dozen Balders and more cunning than deceitful than a score of succubi. In 100 years of Crusades, our forces have very rarely encountered her, but when we did, it always led to something terrifying. There's 6 acts together. I think she has taken an interest in you and your power. It was to be expected, of course, and it worries me more than anything. Sooner or later, we shall have to take a stand against Aurelia and deal with her once and for all. But I thought we would have time to prepare. Be careful, Kormakr, and if the architect reappears, treat her as you would a demon lord. Do you know anything about the huge demon that we met at the gates? It was much stronger than the rest. The Balor Darazand, one of the Skari's generals. He, Hep Zamaria, and Echo of the Skari are some of the most notable demons in the Abysmal Force. You will soon learn these names. Darazand has not been sighted by our scouts for a long time, and his appearance at Drezen was an unexpected development. But we must grow accustomed to surprises such as this. The ability to move at will through space is unpleasant, and fortunately the Sword of Valor takes care of that problem for the areas around Drezen. Well, I've heard everything I need. Very well, then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city surroundings, and together you can decide on what steps to take next. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult. With a nod of farewell, the Queen strides off with precise military bearing. But my Queen! But my Queen! Chat? Hmm? It would be just politically wise to marry the Queen, wouldn't it? Because when the Queen is gone, because she's like super old, all will be ours. Iris salutes the Queen, waits until she moves far enough away, and then she turns to you. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, Commander. What about you, Rubev? Did you get your shit together? I so thought that Rubev will die. We won the Battle of Drezen, but this war is far from over. The demons now know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that the cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same road as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise the Almighty for small mercies. The main demon forces are moving out from the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance tearing through the defenses and launching a counterattack. So, let me note this down. Main targets is the city of Iz. So, we can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moments. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere. Aneva is trying to find out where that abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we're not alone. Mendef is with us. Queen Godfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading throughout Avistan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Drezen, inspired by your feat. But they're very good, because you are going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problem we're currently facing. Your buff shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret pass, missing patrol, and dragon. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers? Remember that Nabasuda attacked your camp? But can tell she's working hard to maintain her composure. He had powers that not ordinary demons should have. It's only the demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now, but possible that in the future we'll see an entire squad of these, if not armies of them. Must find out where they're coming from, find the source of their power, and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters. So we have task 1. Demons with special abilities. Okay. 2, a secret path. What are we talking about? We can usually spot armies of demons in advance as their hordes march along the Grey Road of Iz or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack the demons. They'll just appear at our backs, block off Gorks, and cut off from Drezen. Aneva is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her and she'll let you know more. Secret path. That sounds like something we want to fix first. I'll put an exclamation mark next to it. Patrol's missing. Yes. It disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone adopted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule the possibility of desertion either. The troops were patrolling in the southern road of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sukoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Drezen, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search. Okay, so with missing patrols in the south. Missing people south. Chad, are we under any time pressure with the missions and such? And we have a dragon. As if we didn't have enough problems with the demons already, now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on our side, it could pose a serious threat. But there's a very little food in the world wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have the taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who will fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's being sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where the lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. You remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Balor in front of the citadel during the siege? Oh yeah, I remember, the assassin. He's back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. We'll talk to him at a tavern. Might be able to help each other. Okay, and fourth is a dragon. Fourth is a dragon attack. Let's make an arrow. Dwarf. Assassin. Tavern. Okay. This is all for now. There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be rewarded for those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know, one of them, the knight Elan from the Houndhearts. He led a troop of lost Nerosians recruits. The capital of Crusader state of Mendath, designed for foremost defensive fortifications. Interesting. And brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Balor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. Ooh, Elan of the Houndhearts, he did outstanding work. Interesting. There's one more thing. As you know, there's a vast dungeon on the Drezen. It's empty now. None of these imprisoned by demons survived, and we don't have any new prisoners. We temporarily placed a body of Staunton Vane in the dungeons. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anavia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about him. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserves to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours. As in, oh, as a lich, I can resummon him and make him an... Oh my goodness. There's a decent journal available. I do like writing stuff down manually. I don't know, I'm an old school roleplay game. I remember stuff easier when I also note them down while I do things. And it's easier for me when I am not in the game and preparing for the stream to just go through my notes and be like, oh, we were there and we did that and that. So that's why I'm noting it down. I'm sorry if it bores you and it takes some moments of longer waiting out of it. I'm gonna bury Staunton as a knight. Right you are, Commander. Irbev is hesitating. You can see she struggles on her face if she doesn't know whether she should say something else or not. Commander, that day during the battle, No. My apologies, that's all, Commander. Thank you for your time. Giving a salute, Irbev turns around and quickly leaves. I'm gonna talk to Irbev. What was going on there? Talk to Irbev. Battered spirit. Exactly. I'm gonna talk to her. Commander's banner. The vicinity of the Sword of Valor grants Commander fast healing equal to twice their mythical ranks. Ooh. Fast healing. Citadel.
Onwards.
Onwards. Oh gods. How big is this? Holy shit. Okay, it's huge. It is huge. Let's have a look in the Citadel. Oh, hello! Mysterious stranger. Why is it trickster music all of a sudden coming? Eh. A tall, lean man enters the hall. He has dark hair, pointed ears, and his pale skin is covered in intricate tattoos. At first glance, it would be easy to mistake him for an elf if his eyes were not so unusual. They're not just dark, it is common among elves, but entirely black and devoid of life. As you stare into an empty nothingness, as if the abyss itself is staring back at you. Hello, Izzy, how you doing? He has the same eyes as Amber, then. His face seems familiar. You look more closely and realize you saw this stranger during the assault on the Greek garrison. Back then, he laughed at the prank you played at the cultists with the barrels of explosive and then disappeared. Commander! The visitor seems to take pleasure in the sound of your name, caressing each syllable with his black tongue and licking his pierced lips, suggestively before offering your charming smile. Who are you? Who I am doesn't matter right now. What matters is who you are. I've been watching you for a long time, since the day you began your journey to take the heights of glory. You will still have a long way to go before you reach the pinnacle, but what if I could help you take the next step? Some very powerful and wise beings will soon be holding a meeting of the council, where they will decide what it is to be done about the world wound. You would be welcome guest in that meeting. What council? No. The visitor wags along with manicured fingers. Save all the questions for the council. The walls have ears after all. Please, join us and we'll explain everything. When you're ready, look in the closet in your chamber. Bidding you farewell with a playful wink, the visitor vanishes into thin air. The fuck? Are we going to Narnia? I'm gonna note this down. Narnia in my closet? Question mark? Kiar. Who's this? A middle-aged paladin with genial face salutes you. His sparse gray hair stands out in fuzzy tufts of his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. Everbright Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is Kiar Kobalin, and I'm at your service. Queen Godfrey's gathered the main attack forces of Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Kormakr and come here. We'll support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind Kiar. He passionately echoes Kiar's words. We're ready to go in the front immediately. Allow us to be at your spear of the attack. The old Crusader calls the young man into order. Move back! Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. Kiara smiles kindly and tells us the boys here. What have you brought with you? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All these hotheads know that the front is here. Kiara nods to the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one, too. He walked to Kormakr with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking and kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to thresholds, no doubt. Boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to steer ahead, resolutely and boldly. You're fighting Kormakr? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me to be the bulk of our orders to Nerosian. Almost all of those who remained behind in Kormakr died. The ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We're licking our wounds. Kormakr is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Vistan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Well, great, you'll be serving under my command. Crusader gives you a friendly smile. It is an honor for us, Commander. Let's give these demons a dusting. That was cute. Manage Crusader affairs. Oh, we're now starting to have these things like in Kingmaker. Let's have a look, see. I think now the whole kingdom part starts. Ooh, yeah, with the cards down there. and rank ups and all of it, and armies and relics and others and maps and campaign. Cool. Now they have captured Drezen. We can now construct buildings and exactly. We can now construct buildings. Hamlet of Skald. Gargoyle Canyon. Interesting. Canabras. Okay. Not doing anything over there. Keeper Canyons. Manage. This is now the base building thing part. Yes, it is! Oh, baby. Oh, sweet child of mine. There's nothing built. But we can build. Construction of this building will be finished in 3 days. The wise alchemist store magic in this. Alchemy laboratory provides a bonus on energy for all generals. Takes up one place. So this route you can warn the garrison about advancing enemies and give their comrades time to prepare for battle. The Watcher provides all allied units within the fort areas. +1 on AC on attacks. Oh. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna check this out in a bit. Start with barracks, archery, supply, and stables. 100%. State management screen. You can make decisions regarding the current events, issues, decrease, and so on. Yeah. So I wonder. They cannot come over this place, or at least it looks like that. What the hell is that? At least it looks like that. That is my main army. My main army now can move further. Okay. You over there, move over here. Ooh, man, you look at that. Mounted scouts. And we have some paladins. And a lot of champions. Hello, baby. So. Just a suggestion, yeah. I think the front line will be probably something for scouting and such, and the garrisons back here will be with other occupations. So we're gonna travel over here with you guys. So the Hamlet of Sork, for example. So look at that. Is it also a big city? What is this? Even more space. Ooh. Garrison barracks increase recruitment growth of the main barracks by 25. Only one garrison barracks can be built in each fort. Barracks. Boom. Archery. Boom. Stables. Supply center. Events of the Crusade 80% of the logistics. Whose job is to see that the advancing army forces have no shortage of medical supplies. Supply center increases the material points income by 3. Only one supply center can be built in each fort. So that brings me material income. Yes, thank you. Consider a citadel everywhere west of the river. Yeah, that's what I think as well. That's what I think as well. Everything that is like on the front line, we're gonna build up for spotting and defensing, and everything that is like east of the river, like back here, or in between. Although, can they attack in down here? Like, can they come? We'll see. We'll see, I guess. We will see, I guess. Campaign? Map. Logadan. I have a feeling they can come straight towards us at some point. I don't know why, but I have a feeling about that. So let's go up there and destroy armies. Recruits. New unit times. Question is, do I recruit these fellas? Whoop. Oh, I can't recruit them because of the army being full. I see. Trouble. Mm-hmm. Let's travel over here. Whoop. No. Dismiss the army. Are you crazy? Then you're gonna move over there. You're gonna move over US. Exactly. Merge you two. You're gonna come up here. Perfect. Races of heavy hand. Let's go attack. Let him flee. Numeral banners. After capturing Drezen, the Crusaders raised 3 banners in the city walls. The banner of victories stays green while defeat demons' armies. The banner of conquest stays green while you capture demon forts. The banner of defense remains green as long as none of your forts are under siege. Braces of heavy hand. These bracers grant a wearer +3 bonus on damage rolls with the offhand weapon when dual wielding or wielding two-handed melee weapons, for example, a double weapon. Does that consider for gnome weaponry? But I give that to our little gnome. That sounds very powerful. That sounds super duper powerful. You're gonna stay in there. Gonna party teleportation. Amplify resistance. Holy shit. Okay. So, others. Studying the Sword of Valor. Required logistics. Requires 14 days to solve. How do I see how much logistics I have in total? To develop great relic crusades, clerics and wizards could shed some light on the artifact's properties. Issue a decree. 14 days. Skilled craftsman can do some work on the relic. Skilled craftsman can do some work on the relic. Symbol favor unholy. Fate of the children hide in tusk. Oh, and the relics that I found. Oh, I see. I can do 1 decree on each time. I see, I see. Soul Shear. Phylactery of Stevanius the Rotten. Unholy symbol of Rovagok. Hide in tusk. This relic will be augmented. Interesting. Army, military tribunal. All units gain military tribunal. Chance of skipping actions due to negative morale reduces by 5. Once a traitor is always a traitor. A lawbreaker is a criminal for life. Thus said the commander in the fight for the Lost Chapel. Then he ordered military tribunals to be organized within the army. Now that Drezen is free, the commander's advisors finally have the opportunity to carry out this order. Developments. Outposts to Bastion expansion. By upgrading an outpost to a Bastion, the commander will expand his territory for buildings, as well as allow the construction of advanced structures there. Rank up. What do we have here? Forming a military council, forming a staff council, forming a diplomatic council, forming a logistic council. That sounds important. What is this red? Because I'm doing already a logistics decree. Another decree is being enacted at this state. Can I break this decree? Cancel it. I sure want to cancel this decree? Yes. So then I want to do all of these first here. Forming a military council. Forming a staff council, forming a diplomatic council, and forming a logistics council. Boom. All these take 1 turn only. All the other decrees are all at once, I see. And there's events that I have as well. Intolerance. The hatred of the descendants of Sarkoris towards arcane spellcasters knows no bind. The representatives of several tribes demand that mages not allowed to be served in their units. Not allowed to serve in their units. The option is available because you do not have Wolf Chief among your companions. Interesting. Where is Wolf Chief, by the way, this little fucker? An important inspection. A group of officials from Nerosian is on the way to Drezen. They want to inspect how well the crusade is organized. What kind of welcome should they receive? Bring the official to the front lines. Show things as they are. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. How long do they think stay in here, these events? Do they disappear if I'm not doing anything? Past inspection, permanent. Finance points income increased by 30. Nice. They don't? Well, then I'm gonna wait for Wolf Chief and see what kind of extra thing I have there with him. Okay, I've done all the things instead of except of intolerance. Everything is done here. That's my whole map, so I can leave this place. I can hover over to see the... Oh, I saw. I see. Yeah, always when something is fat marked, you can hover over them and see what's happening there. Thank you for reminding me. No, I'm not done. I'm sorry. I'm not done. Gotta build in every thingy. I totally forgot to build. So, Keeper's Canyon. Manage. Is Drezen itself also manageable? Let's have a look. Jump outside. Drezen. There we go. Can build stuff in Drezen right away. Supply center gives me material points, and I need material points. Oh no, it's the buildings that I have built already. Let's enter. Oh, I see. So, main archery range, smithy, arsenal, main barracks, supply center, or builds. A skilled master craftsman makes sturdy armor here. Not even demon blades can pierce. An arsenal provides a +1 bonus to AC for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. What does that mean? Adjoining buildings are located in squares that share as sides. Diagonal adjacent building do not count as a joint. Okay, so if they're standing next to each other. So if I put this next to... So if I put the arsenal, oh, the arsenal is built in here and it gives +1 to archery range and +1 to the barracks. And if I put the stables over here, it will give that a +1 as well. I see. If I click on the city button on top left screen, you can open your stats and resources panel. And buy more resources. Let's buy 1,000 material. Holy shit, that's a lot. I just want the main stables. Maybe just 500s. No, how much do I have? I have 250. Give me 250. Buy resources. There we go. And give me over there the main stables. Yeah, it's my main character gold I'm spending there. That I know. That I know. Construction of the building will be finished in 2 days. A hospital. Let's buy 60 more. Supply center, main stables. The hospital over here. Good. Good. Out of here. In terms of complexity, how does this compare to Expeditions Rome? Expedition, like what aspect of Expeditions Rome? Because the main game mechanics are already overseeding Expeditions Rome by a vast majority. It's like giving you the player's handbook of Pathfinder or D&D in your hand, and then the kind of very not rustic, like very thinned down character build arc that you have in Expeditions Rome. Or do you mean the battle map Starf? So, nothing more that I can do at the moment. Let's get out of here. Oh, good question. If an angel can fall, does that mean a demon can ascend? What do you guys think? So, Sir Bites a lot. Hello there. Regil. Knight Commander, greetings. You will speak in for me until next time. I thought we can have more dialogues with them. Anivia. So, I never knows about the secret path and where Nago might be. Maybe we can repent. Have you figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us? I need the answers with scarcely concealed irritation. No dice! Our scouts crawled all over the area, down every hole, nothing. The Grey Road was completely empty, and then BAM! The whole army popped up like a jack-in-a-box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorgs to the southwest. But we found no sign of secret paths or underground passageways, and definitely no routes we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel, in my gut, there's some evil scum out there. We just have to look harder. Of course, I could send out more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go there and yourself and find out what's that was one? Interesting. What do you think of my new powers? And it gives you a long look on her lips, quirking up the corners. I don't know what to think of all this. You're totally a mystery to me, and I usually don't like mysteries, but you're different. Your crazy stunts somehow make me think that just maybe this whole nightmare might be suddenly an end. But pure fluke and positive notes. I'm no expert in these things, but I think that's what I hope feels like. Lost Scouts. Secret Path, Lost Scouts. I think this is the one we're gonna tackle first. Do you find anything about where Minago is now? Can I now in Act 3 go back, by the way, to Kenabris and do the missing parts that I left out in the main square and such? Do you find anything about where Minago is now? Eva shakes her head. Nope. Zero zilch. A whole lot of nothing. The scum melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out of the window, run through the square in front of the citadel, and suddenly disappear. We haven't heard anything from her since, and I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, or her kind don't just give up. If we can't see her, it means she's setting up a trap for us somewhere, and we won't expect. I mean, it would be great if a demon lords just gobbled her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. But that's not the worst part. We have more interesting questions, you know. I wonder how she teleported from the city, if by that time you'd already hung the banner. Soldiers are saying it probably wasn't at full force by then. But you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. Question is, how? Go Dan? Okay, thank you kindly for letting me know. I have to go. Alright. You watch yourself now. Fair enough. Earbeth, can we talk about... Oh yeah. I found your father's sword. Take it. Phrase Ayomade. Earbeth takes the sword as gently as it was a living creature and sheathes it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I'm forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Please, allow me to reward you. And please, no objection. I could never replace this sword and I shall never part with it again. I swear. I got 50,000 gold coins? What? Okay. Is this a good or an evil run? A good... and good / neutral? Definitely not evil. I'm playing myself here, so... I myself am wondering now if I should try to pursue and, if I should try and pursue to get, the queen on my side, and maybe... It's chaotic good? Exactly. And maybe, maybe manage to marry the queen, because if the queen is, like, super old and hold alive only by those potions, at some point that support of the potion will end. That means... all of the queen's power and reign and whatever will go upon me. Right? I guess that's how things work, at least in medieval times. I don't know how it works in this world. But, yeah. I like the pause there. 50,000. Holy shit. How's the Eagle Watch doing it in Kenabris? Everything is going well. I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without an Evi and me. But I took a risk and left a very clear lad in charge, a tiefling, as it happens. He infiltrated the cult alone. They couldn't imagine a tiefling would be on their side. He exposed the entire cell. I personally knighted him just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. He hasn't disappointed. He has built up the other ranks again and is running everything so smoothly, as if the demon attack never happened. He's proven more than once that I left Kormakr in good hands, but I admit, it's still strange to think that such a small order as the Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters. One in Drezen and one in Kormakr. Interesting. Well, there's really no reason for kingdom to be passed to you. You're just a crusade commander and have nothing to do with country. But if I am her husbando, then there is reason for kingdoms to be passed to me. Huh? Right? Does the queen not have lands and properties and riches? That's what I'm talking about. She's like old at the brink of death, held alive by a potion. And I marry her, and I become then king of whatever, of Mendev. So that's not how inheritance work. I think that's exactly how it worked back in the days. Especially if the royalty was surrounded about male focus. I don't know the exact term about it, where the male has the priority. Marrying her actually would put me above her in terms of land ownership, and everything that belongs to her would belong to me, and she could not do anything about it. Other than, of course, revolt and kill me and whatever. Interesting. Very interesting. It would be a line of succession. You wouldn't be anything but a consort at best. But the queen has no children. At least we don't know of any children. So the line of succession would be next her husband. Can she still give birth? I don't know. She's like 100 years old. Biologically, no. That time is over. But it's a land of magic, so everything can happen. Then a cousin. I don't think that the cousin would succeed in getting everything in that term. I don't think a cousin would get the lands before the husband of her would get it. That would precede me. Oh, interesting thoughts there, Chad. Interesting thoughts. We shall see if we can find out more about the dear queen and her family. Irbeth, we need to talk about what happened during the attack on Drezen. The husband mind in case such a decree is made that you are inheriting. Well, maybe you can marry her and make such a decree happening. If we would talk to him more? You mean to Dairon? Oh, we talked to him. First of all, as far as I remember, the crown isn't passed within family in Mendev. It is more of a previous ruler appointing the next one. Interesting. Why is the trickster music going on again? Oh, shamefully weak-hearted, the Battle of Drezen is a black stain on my honor. I don't know what came over me, but I don't deserve to be a knight. Still less a commander. Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the order, strip me of my knighthood, and send me to service in the condemned. Whoa! Oh, the Drezen takes off the mythical path. Interesting. Guess I gotta get used to having circus music playing. If you deserve these titles more than you, don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible and more besides. No better than desertion, except you want me to take responsibility for it. I don't want to hear it. Join the ranks, knights, and fight as you swore to do. Does it get better used to it? It's all good. I just don't very like clowns. So. What would I do at that moment? I would be super pissed at her. And be like... I'll be acting probably very aggressive. To that statement. Yeah. I would probably yell at her and be like... That your suggestion is no better than desertion. Except... You want me to take responsibility for it. And I don't want to hear it. Join the ranks, knights, and fight as you swore to do. Shit. Yes, I swore to the goddess and the queen, and now I'm not just letting myself down, but both of them. The half-orc salutes you, but the broken woman gesture seems weak and forced. You barely recognize the Irbeth you protected, defenders' hearts. We will triumph. Definitely. We'll do everything we can, even if it's not much. Fuck. I guess we failed that quest. What is mortal soul? Where is it? Battered spirits. There is endured a chapter has resulting breakdown during the Battle of Drezen. Does the commander even want that to happen? It is far from clear, but first the conversation with her is in order. Read then. What is mortal? What is a mortal soul if not the sum of total of all scars acquired over the lifetime? Some of the injuries done to Irbeth's soul have healed, some ones will remain fresh forever. No matter her feelings, this knight will never turn her back to the crusade, even if now every step she takes is more painful than the last. Interesting. Shit, we failed our roll. We failed our roll. We rolled... What do we roll? I can't see anymore. Shame. Shame. Well, that's what's counting down there. Did you return her Solemn Hour? I did. I did. And I should now have also Radiance when I grab it from my personal belongings at some point. Hello, Mr. Guards.
Let us be off.
What a huge citadel. Outside? No, I don't want to go outside. Where's my room? Is this my room? This might look like my room. Loot. Sarkoris Lost. Absalom published by the Faroe Logos Archaeologist Society. The middle of the plateau of the former settled Sarkoris was the location of the region's capital, the city of Is. Oh, it's about the city of Is before all went to shit. Personal chests. There we go. Radiance has formed itself, I guess. Radiance. Cold iron and hints +2. Longsword. I would expect a little bit more out of it. To be honest. Oh shit, we have to level up everyone else as well. But here, lady, have Radiance in your hand. Okay. Should I go through that closet and meet that council, Chad? What do you guys think? Let's meet the rest before I do any rest and go through that closet. And of course, let's level up, everyone. So, Mr. Cleric, sir. Really, John? Closet is safe places. They sent you, not so much. I see. Weapon focus. Wait, he's fighting with what? He's a glaive fighter, right? Yeah, he's glaive. Glaive. Price and descending. We're gonna have this new glaive over here that's Staunton had in hands. Immaculate Pedal. The shield decorates the fine filigree. Seems the fragile, but it looks deceptive. Sentries has been protected many devotees of Shallin from harm. This shield Trevor of Ionic Social Brothers said, oh, that's the shield of his brother. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that on your back. So, I have over here full plates. I have your breastplate +1, and I have this half plates. I have this half plate of vigor. Well. Let's have that half plate of vigor on you. So, you're a glaive fighter. Weapon focus, glaive. Yeah, we're gonna focus with him on cleric. Religion. Magical devices. So, mythical path. Weapon focus mythic, glaive. Yeah, I want a high AC with you, my friends. The main zealots. Move closer to your deity and the power of or divinity. You can use the abilities of your domains as a swift action. Interesting. Impossible domain. Restoring every odd mythic rank thereafter. Select one new mythic ability. The spirit of the freedom and against all who could enslave you, oppress. Liberation domain. Ruin domain. Holy shit! There's so much. Just suggestions. I mean, not that we're gonna use him. I mean, I can make his companion a mythical beast. As well. Nature gives pad. Community has one of the best buffs. Community domain. But he has a pet already. I think we took nature, animal domain. We grabbed animal domain already once. Your touch can heal wounds, and your presence instills unity and strengthens emotion. Calming touch. And you get the community domain, the guarded hearts later on. You can create a ward that protects a specific area. Creating this ward full round action, the friendly creatures in the area receive resistance. Equal to the modifier of wisdom. Community provides one of the best buffs in game, says Mike. Hello there, how you doing? And domain of zealots. Doesn't really tell me a lot, other than I can make his domain stuff as a swift action. Holy shit. That sounds really good. Community domain. Okay. Nenio. My dear Wizard Scroll. Use magical devices, of course. You're knowledgeable in all of these. So... this is in illusion. Brew potion. We'll give her some dodging. Magical Tail, Kitsune. You get a new spell-like ability. It's usable twice per day from the following list. Vanish, Sleep, Blur, Invisibility, Deep Slumber, Displacement, Confusion, Dominate Person. Okay. For example, the first time you select this feat, you gain Vanish 2 times a day. The second time you select this feat, you gain Sleep 2 times. Oh, I see. I see. There's even a spell specialization. Holy moly. Do we have spell penetration? Combat casting. Okay. I mean, I would go with her with Spellcaster, Allied Spellcaster, and then give the other ones also Allied Spellcaster. Overcome Penetration. Deceitful. Or Dodge for high AC. Yeah. Allied Spellcaster we shall grab with you. So... Shadow Evocation. Deb energy from the plane of shadows to cast a quasi-real illusion version of a Firebolt, Lightning Bolt, Shout, Volcanic Storm, or Ice Storm spell. It deals damage, have normal effects unless the affected creature succeed a will save. Interesting. Conjuration. Okay. Phantasmal Web. Implant within the minds of your target the illusion that they are engulfed in tangled webs and swimming with tiny spiders. Yo, those who fail to disbelieve that the Phantasmal Web are treated as in web spell, but must also make a fortitude save each round after that to overcome nauseas or that round by the Phantasmal Spiders. Freedom of movement allows unobstructed movement, but does not negate the nausea effects. Well, let's grab these 2 illusion spells then. Hello, baby. And another level. Very good. Hungry Pits for CC. And echolocation. Okay. Mythical path for Milady. Abandoned casting. Raider enduring spells. Nope. Raider enduring spells. First. Please, thank you. They're all becoming really powerful characters. Each of them. Zen Archer. Each and one of them. So. Zen Archer bonus feats. Dodge, of course. More AC. So, you learned the way to increase your pool of ki. That might be something. And we're gonna learn cleaving shots. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, my good old Camellia. I miss her, to be honest. I do miss her. She's helpful, is she not? Fencing race. Dashing style fluid fencing forms allow you to choose one kind of light one-handed weapon, such as when you're wielding choosing weapon. You can add your dexterity modifier instead of your strength. You do not gain the benefit while fighting with two weapons or using flurry blows. Yeah, screw that then. Improve two-weapon fighting. So... Slumber... Fortune... Draconic Resilience. The shaman grants a creature that she touches some magical resilience. Nature of dragons, causing the creature to be immune to magical sleep effects for a number of rounds, equal to the shaman's level. Let's go for Fortune. And for Mythical. Greater enduring spells on you as well. No one else? No, everyone is done. Let's start with our books. Yeah. Check alignments. Interaction from evil communal. Resist energy is just by 1. Effortless armor. Remove paralysis. All's wisdom, bold strength, eagle splendor. That's charisma. Or that's transformation. And a line of weapon in case we need that. Yeah. Good. Over here we're done. We have 2 restorations. What was repentance? Was an evil creature that does not have the evil subtype. To momentarily reflect on its past action and overcome by grief. Do another one with that. Okay. And 5. Breath of Life, of course. Burst of Glory. Bonus on attack rolls. Interesting. Break Enchantment. This spell frees victims from enchantment, transmutation, and curses. Ooh. All sound very good. And of course, the raised that as well. Life Bubble. Surround a touched creature with a constant movable 1-inch thick shell of tolerable living condition. This shell enables the subject to breathe freely, even underwater or a vacuum. Interesting. Make an air bubble around him, so to say. So. 2 times image. Blur, create pit. Let's have all the pits. The invisible communal. Let's have 1 spiked pits. Actually, no. Keep on haste. Create their invisibility. Plasma killer. Out of the fireball, let's have greater invisibility. Dazzle Wet. Shadow Vacation, Shadow Vacation, and 1 Hungry Pits. Okay. Can't cast any spells. What do we find at Nenio? Do we have a fox companion? Can't remember exactly. We found her in the city. Yeah, we found her in the city. Ba-bam-bam. Barkskin. 1 more. Magical vestments. Resist energy communal, exactly. Dispel magic and delay poison communal. Then over here. There's dismissal. The spell forces an extra blood creature back to its proper plane if it fails a will save. If this spell is successful, the creature instantly is whisked away. What? I can just be like, demon, go back where you came from, you little shits, and he is gone? That is super powerful. Let's have another one of these. So, a Righteous Might. And of course we're gonna have Breath of Life. Can summon a Manticore. Animal Growth. Dominate person. Who's seeing? Good. What about you? You have your stuff. What about you? You don't need a spellbook. What about you? You don't need a spellbook either. What about Sela? She has her things. What about Regil? He has his things. Okay. Everyone has their classes and such and such. We shall head into the closet. And what hides behind the closet, for those watching, you will see in the next episode. For those with me, you will see right now. See you in a bit.